1, 0. Ignition, liftoff. Sensor fire, aim high.
Joining us now to talk about all this is the Trump campaign's legal strategist, Trump 2020 advisory board member and member of President Trump's legal team, Harmeet Dhillon. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for being here. First of all, have you spoken with the president today?
No, I have not spoken with the president, but I have spoken to some of my colleagues in the battleground states about what's happening there. And yes, indeed, there will be litigation. And it is not just about fraud. And so, to correct what Chris Wallace just said, one does not have to prove massive fraud to get into the courts. In the Bush-Gore dispute in 2000, it was over whether ballots should be counted or not whether voters committed fraud. That's the issue in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, there is a violation of our constitutional definition of who decides whether certain ballots that are received after the fact are counted or not. And that is indeed tens of thousands. And so whether those ballots are counted or not remains a crucial issue in that state. And in some other states, we have seen, for example, overnight in one county, 6,000 votes swing in the opposite direction because of a so-called computer glitch. So when that type of irregularity occurs, I think it is fair to take a pause and make sure that we do recounts in the states where that's statutorily required or permissible, as happened in 2016 with the Hillary Clinton and President Trump election, and let that process play out before we declare victors. In our country, the press doesn't declare the victors, the people declare the victors, and that process isn't concluded yet. So I'd like to see it play out before we conclude it.
How many lawsuits has the Trump campaign filed since Election Day, would you say? What is the outstanding number?
They're flying fast and furious, but it isn't that many. It's in the handful of states that are remaining. And so there have been multiple litigations, a couple of which we won in Pennsylvania already over the counting in Philadelphia. There was a lawsuit filed in Nevada. There may be other lawsuits filed in Pennsylvania concerning equal protection or other types of issues. There may be litigation in Georgia. There already has been litigation in Georgia. And in Georgia, there are some issues concerning so-called curing of the ballots and curing of the ballots by one party but not the other. That is an issue in some states as well. So,
of course,
look, at the end of the day, these will all play out. The courts will have a say one way or the other, and then I think people need to accept the outcome. As you've just pointed out on your show, a huge number of Americans voted for Donald Trump and Mike Pence, and I want people on both sides to accept this outcome. That's not going to happen if it looks like there's a cover-up or a rush to judgment.
Right now, obviously, the point is that there's not evidence of that voter fraud, or at least widespread evidence of voter fraud. And there is a new Trump campaign statement that came out in just the last couple of hours. And it says what this means is counting all legal ballots and not counting any illegal ballots. So you're making the case that you haven't even been provided the opportunity to find evidence of voter fraud. So how do you plan to do that, to prove this in courts?
That's actually not what I said. There actually is evidence of fraud. There are individual affidavits that are being filed or will be filed in court together with these lawsuits.
Where have you found that?
I don't telegraph my legal strategy in advance. When they are filed in court, you can read them. And as you've already said on your show just a few minutes ago, lawsuits will be filed on Monday. And so where you have affidavits from voters saying that somebody voted in their name already, or that they were excluded, or that their ballot was discarded wrongfully, that's the type of evidence. And it's not for the media to judge that, it's for a court to judge it, and we'll get a judgment from courts one way or the other, and then there will be more finality around this election.
All right, Harmeet, we appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.